Types of oxides: simple oxide, the next one is mixed oxide. Simple oxides, it containing single oxide compound, single oxide. Mixed oxide means it is a two oxides, two types of oxides, two types. Suppose for example mixed oxides, example Fe3O4, Fe3O4. It contains ferrous oxide and ferric oxide, FeO and Fe2O3, FeO and Fe2O3. Right. Pb3O4, just now we discussed thermal decomposition of Pb3O4 gives the oxygen, right? Pb3O4, generally it is a lead oxide, right? Lead oxide plus lead dioxide, PbO2, 2 PbO plus PbO2, Pb3O4, right? So one is monooxide, one is dioxide, ferric oxide, ferrous oxide. Two types of oxide, generally you call it as mixed oxide. Only single oxide, calcium oxide, it is only one component, you can call it as simple oxide. Or magnesium oxide, it is a single oxide, right? So simple oxides again divided into four types: acidic oxide, basic oxide, neutral oxide, amphoteric oxide. Alright. So what is the meaning of acidic oxide? When oxide react with water, it forms the acid. Generally you call it as acidic oxide. When oxide react with water, it forms the base. Generally you call it as basic oxide. So when oxide react with water, neither it forms the acid nor it forms the base, right? So when oxide react with water, it does not form acid or base, does not form acid or base. Neither it form acid nor it form the base. Generally you call it as neutral oxide. What is the meaning of amphoteric? Amphibian. Amphibian means the oxide, it react with both acids and bases, react with acids and bases. That means these oxides shows the acidic nature as well as basic nature, shows the acidic as well as shows acidic and basic nature, acidic and basic nature, right? So one is giving the acid, the other one is giving the base. The other one does not give the acid or base. The other one shows the both acidic and basic character. So generally non-metal oxides shows the acidic nature. Non-metal oxide shows the acidic nature. Generally metal oxides shows the general metal oxides considered as a basic oxides. Metal oxides considered as a basic oxides. Right. Metal oxides generally considered as a basic oxides. Right. So non-metal oxides, just you have to do carbon dioxide, N2O5, right? N2O5. P2O5, right? SO2, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. Just now we discussed sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide, right? So many examples, you can take any Cl2O7, right? So carbon dioxide react with water, it forms the H2CO3. Sulfur dioxide, suppose they have given one example, SO2 plus water. Just now we discussed, it forms the H2SO3. It is a acid. So the oxide is the sulfur dioxide is acidic in nature. The formed one is the oxide. Basic oxides, which one? So example, you can write any alkaline, sodium oxide, magnesium oxide, calcium oxide, right? So you can so what magnesium oxide when react with water, what it gives, the which one? Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium, calcium react with water, calcium oxide react with water, or magnesium or calcium, you can take any one. So that forms the magnesium. This one is the basic in nature. This one is the basic in nature. That's why these oxide, magnesium oxide, sodium oxide, potassium oxide, lithium oxide, all these oxides generally you call it as basic oxides. What is a neutral oxides? Carbon monoxide is a neutral oxide. NO, nitric oxide, is a neutral oxide. N2O, right? So all these are neutral oxides. What are the amphoteric oxide? The best example is Al2O3 is the amphoteric oxide. Amphoteric oxide. Due to space, I will write these reactions in the next board. Right? So Al2O3 react with as well as acid as well as base. Right? In the acidic oxide, higher oxidation state, you know that already as a, right. The next point in the acidic oxide, as the oxidation state increases, oxidation state is more, generally shows the acidic nature. Suppose they have given some example, vanadium pentoxide, chromium trioxide, right? So what is the vanadium pentoxide? -10 + 5. Chromium trioxide, what is the chromium oxidation state? -6 + 6. Chromium trioxide. Mn2O7, right? So all these shows higher oxidation states. Generally higher oxidation state generally shows the acidic nature. So in the amphoteric Al2O3 reacts with both acids and bases. Al2O3 reacts with both acids and bases. I am writing in the amphoteric Al2O3 react with HCl plus water, that gives rise to Al H2O taken 6 times 6Cl minus, right? 6HCl plus 9H2O. Right. In the same way, what is the name of this compound? You will going to study in the coordination compound. Just for this, at this point, aluminum oxide react with acids and bases. You have to remember that one. Al2O3 plus 6NaOH plus 3H2O, that gives as a Na3AlOH taken 6 times, right? So 2Na3, because 6Na. So Al2O3 reacts with acid, Al2O3 reacts with base. So it is reacting both. That's why you can call it as amphoteric oxide. Al2O3 is a amphoteric oxide. Right? So acidic, basic, neutral, and amphoteric and mixed oxides. These are about types of oxides. The next one is the ozone. It is one of the allotropic form of oxygen. Allotropic form, right? What is allotropic? One component exists in different forms. Oxygen is also exists in the form of O3, right? What is the role of ozone? Protect Earth from the UV radiation, right? So how it protect from the UV radiation? Atmosphere oxygen when it takes the UV radiation, it forms the O3. So once it takes the oxygen UV radiation, that UV radiation does not come into the earth surface, right? So by forming the ozone, it stops the UV radiation. So how many kilometers away from the ozone layer? Generally 20 kilometers away from the earth. Ozone layer 20 kilometers away from the earth, right? So this is the first, generally atmosphere, nature prepares the ozone by this way. This one is the laboratory preparation, right? Oxygen, when oxygen goes into the silent electric discharge, generally that forms the ozone. So how much yield? It gives only 10% yield, right? So why they have used silent electric discharge? To prevent the ozone is a very thermodynamically decomposed. That means if you supply the heat, ozone will be decomposed. If you supply the more heat, ozone will be decomposed. So when you compare to oxygen, ozone is less thermodynamically stable, right? Compared to oxygen is more stable, ozone is less stable. So if you heat ozone, the ozone will be decomposed, right? So thermodynamically unstable when compared to oxygen. That's why to prevent silent electric discharge means does not apply the more heat, right? So oxygen is converted into ozone, right? You will get only 10%. So what is the properties? Oxygen, when it is a gas, it is a pale blue color gas. When it is a liquid, it is a dark blue liquid. When it becomes solid, violet black solid. So how do you get these different phases, different stages? By cooling the temperature, gas will be liquid. Furthermore, cooling the liquid, you will get the solid. Once the nature changes, the colors also changes of the ozone, right? So by this way, ozone, right? So atmosphere ozone, this one is a very important. How the ozone protect the UV radiation? How they protect the UV radiation? So atmosphere oxygen combines with UV radiation. Once it combines, the UV radiation intensity will be decreases. When it combines with the oxygen, it forms the layer ozone. When it forms the ozone layer, the UV radiation come from the sunlight will be, the intensity of UV radiation will be decreases by forming the ozone layer. The next one is the chemical properties. The next one is the chemical properties. Ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent. So what is the meaning of oxidizing agent? Once again, oxidizes the other substance. Oxidizes the other substance. Itself undergoes reduction. Itself undergoes reduction. Right. So ozone easily decomposes into oxygen and nascent oxygen, single oxygen. Ozone easily decomposes into oxygen and nascent oxygen. So lead sulfide. What is this one? Lead sulfide. Lead sulfide is converted into lead sulfate. That means ozone giving the oxygen to lead sulfide. That means lead sulfide is taking the oxygen, ozone is losing the oxygen. Ozone is giving the oxygen to lead sulfide. Ozone is losing the oxygen. Losing the oxygen is giving the oxygen to other substance, and it converted into losing oxygen. Losing one oxygen itself undergoes reduction, but it is oxidizing this one. How it is oxidizing? By giving the oxygen to other substance. It is giving the oxygen to this one, that's why it forms the lead sulfate. By losing, ozone is losing the oxygen, that's why it undergoes reduction, right? So PbSO4, so how many oxygens? 4 plus 2, 6 oxygens, you can write it as a 2O3 PbSO4 plus oxygen, right? So potassium iodide react with ozone, generally it liberates the iodine. Right? So this is a quantitative estimation of estimation of ozone. So ozone, when react with excess potassium iodide, it liberates the iodine. When this iodine titrated with sodium thiosulfate, Na2S2O3, you can estimate ozone by this titration, sodium thiosulfate, right? So this is a quantitative estimation of ozone. What is the ozone? React with potassium iodide, it liberates the iodine. When this liberated iodine is titrated means burette and pipette, right? You have did in the P1 chemistry. Titrated with sodium sulfate. How much sodium thiosulfate is utilized? Based on that one, you can easily estimate the iodine. From this one, you can easily estimate the ozone. This reaction is used for the estimation of ozone. Right. The next one, the 2 silver plus oxygen, ozone. Generally, it forms the Ag2O plus oxygen. Simply, what is the oxidation state of here? Oxygen, silver 0. What is the oxidation state of silver? +1. Right? 0 to +1 is the oxidation or reduction? Increasing the oxidation state is the oxidation. Right? So which one is doing the oxidation of silver? Ozone is doing the oxidation. Ozone oxidizes the silver. Ozone oxidizes the silver. It converted into silver oxide. So that means it oxidizes the other substance. Itself undergoes reduction. Why it is a reduction? O3 to O2 is a reduction. Why it is a reduction? So it is losing one oxygen. That's why it is a reduction. It is the other substance is taking the oxygen, that's why it is a oxidation. So this one, what is ozone doing? It is oxidizes this one, itself undergoes reduction. So that's why it is calling as powerful oxidizing agent. The next reaction is the oxidizing reaction. Mercury, when react with oxygen, it forms the mercurous oxide. What is this one? Mercurous Hg+1, mercuric Hg+2. What is the difference between mercurous oxide and mercuric oxide? HgO is the mercuric oxide. This one is a +2 oxidation state. Hg2O +1 oxidation state. +1 you can call it as mercurous. +2 generally you can call it as mercuric oxide, mercurous oxide. So this forms the mercurous oxide. Alright. So by forming the mercurous oxide, generally mercury does not stick to the glass, right? If you see the thermometer, right? Thermometer contains mercury thermometer. It does not stick to any surface. Mercury generally does not stick to any surface, right? So, but when mercury react with ozone, it forms the mercurous oxide. That means it loses its meniscus. Meniscus means this type, right? So you have studied in the burette, meniscus level, right? So it loses its meniscus and it starts sticking to the glass. that is known as tailing of mercury. That is known as tailing of mercury. What is the meaning of this one? The primarily mercury does not stick to the glass. So when react with ozone, it starts stick to the glass. That property is known as tailing of mercury. So tailing of mercury. If you add water, again it does not stick to the glass, right? How do you regain the meniscus? How do you regain the meniscus? If you add water, that again does not stick to the glass, right? So simply, when mercury react with ozone, it starts sticking to the glass. That property is known as tailing of mercury. Important one. You have studied the next property, ozonolysis, in the alkene chapter, right? Alkene, ethene or ethylene react with ozone, generally forms as a ethylene ozonide. Ethylene ozonide. That ethylene ozonide decomposes into carbonyl compounds, that means aldehydes and ketones. You have studied already this reaction in the ozonolysis alkene chapter. The next one, depletion of ozone. Why depletion takes place, right? So when that nitrogen oxides, mainly nitric oxide, when react with the ozone, it forms the nitrogen dioxide, right? So this nitrogen dioxide generally emitted from the jet aeroplanes. This nitrogen dioxide is very harmful to the nitric oxide. These are emitted from the jet aeroplanes, slowly depleting the. So this NO is emitted from the jet aeroplanes, which is combining with ozone. It forms the nitrogen dioxide. So this emitting from this nitrogen oxide, nitrogen gases emitting from the jet aeroplanes, slowly depleting the concentration of the ozone layer. There are other factors. There is a pollution, increasing of the carbon dioxide levels, right? So there are several, mainly pollution, right? So due to pollution, ozone layer depletion takes place. You have studied in the so many essay competition. Why ozone layer? How do you protect the ozone layer? Right? Freons, refrigerators. Right? There are fluorochlorocarbons released from the refrigerators. ACs, refrigerator, that goes into the environment, that depletes the ozone layer. Next one, structure of the ozone. Right. So when it is double bond, I already told you this one is a two lone pairs, right? So when it is three bonds, right? Actually, this oxygen is having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? This oxygen is having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This oxygen is giving the one electron to this oxygen, so this oxygen becomes three lone pairs. Once again, around the oxygen 6 electrons. Why it is 6 electrons? Ns to Np4. How many electrons? 6 electrons. Oxygen, sulfur. If you take any that 16th group, how many electrons around that element? 6 electrons. Here this oxygen is having the 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. This oxygen is having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons. 1 electron is less. This oxygen is having the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This oxygen is having the 6 electrons. What happened? This oxygen give the electron to this oxygen. So this oxygen 1 electron extra. Right? This oxygen is 1 electron less. That's why this becomes negative. That oxygen becomes negative. This oxygen is having the how many bonds? 3 bonds. That becomes positive. Positive and negative, only due to one positive, one negative, ozone becomes neutral. Right? One positive. In the same way, this oxygen is having the 2 lone pairs. So this is the structure of ozone. Right? So when this one is having the 1 bond negative charge, 3 bonds positive charge, right? So just every oxygen is having the 6 electrons, around the 6 electron, 2, 4, 6 electrons, 2, 4, 5 electrons, that's why positive, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This oxygen loses 1 electron, that's why this oxygen gains 1 electron. Total 7 electrons, that's why negative charge. Total 5 electrons, that's why positive. So 6 electrons, no charge. 7 electrons, negative charge. 5 electrons, positive charge. In the similar way, this structure, just like a water, I told you in the previous class, right? So water, H3O plus, OH minus. So what is the shape? Angular, bond angle 117, bond length between the oxygen. These are resonating structures. That means the double bond shifts from this one to this one, this one to this one. So if you see the oxygen bond length is the 128 picometers. 128 picometers. The next one is the uses. So ozone is used as a germicide. Germicide means kills the germs. Disinfectant, right? Disinfectant, germicide, disinfectant, and sterilizing the water. The next one is a powerful oxidizing agent. Ozone is used for bleaching of oils, flours, and starch. Bleaching means removal of some colors, some impurities, right? Bleaching of oils, flour, and starch. These are the main importance is germicide, sterilizing the water, and powerful oxidizing agent. This completes the oxygen related compound. The next one is the sulfur and sulfur related compounds. We'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.